YouTube, Demi here. I want to explain how to find jewels for your build, because using the trade website is kind of confusing for a lot of people, so I want to like go through it and talk through how it works. So there's this website called PoEDB. They have a PoE2DB now. I'll link this in the description. And you can see modifiers on things as you like want to, right? So for example, I want to see what mods are on a Ruby. I just click Ruby and it brings them all up for you. You can see prefixes, you can see suffixes, you can see ranges, you can see all those things. 1 second, sorry, I have to log into my freaking PoE account to access the trade website. So, for example, if I wanted to find jewels for my Warcry build, I'll link that in the description as well. These are some of the mods I want, but I'm going to clear this and we're just going to go through it together. So, how do I split my view here? Like that. Alright, so there's these stat filters here that most people don't seem to know how to use properly. I like using the either weighted sum or count. For jewels, jewels can only have 4 stats, 5 if you corrupt them. So you want to type in, you want 4 of these stats. And then you're just going to sit here and you're going to add every single one of these that is relevant to your build to this search. So I like area of effect. I like block chance. One of these doesn't work, so I'm going to test this real quick. One of the block chances doesn't work. Okay, so it says no results found. That means that it's the other block chance. I don't know why some of these stats are like this, but hopefully they fix the website eventually. So until then, you just have to kind of like check. This one didn't work, so this one does work. I don't know why it's like that, but you know, GGG memes. Another one. We want, let's see, global physical damage. You kind of have to know what scales your build, which is the hard part about this, I guess. So you just have to like read the gems that you have. For me, Seismic Cry only has a little bit of increased physical damage and it's a war cry. So AoE physical duration. This is Corrupted Blood deals damage with your strength as physical damage per second. So you need a way to scale that physical damage. Corrupted Blood is not a bleed, so magnitude of bleed does not work. But it just deals physical damage over time. So that means that global physical damage should work. And then the next stuff, let's see what else we can get. Defensive equip shield, Totem damage is good for me, so I'm gonna add that actually. Totem life doesn't matter. Damage with war cries is okay, but it only scales the initial hit as far as I know, not the bleed. So I'm not gonna do that one. Now we look at the suffixes. Let's see, are any of these useful? Skill effect duration is like mildly useful because it makes your totems last longer. I don't think it would make the Corrupted Blood effect last longer, but it might. I'm not 100% sure, so I'm gonna skip that. Life regeneration rate. This is a multiplier, or like a increase to how much life regen percent you already have. I only have like a few percent. Where did this come from? I think I have like 3 or 4% life regen, yeah. So it would increase this by like 5 to 10%, 15%. So it's like 5 life recovery. I could get a single rare with like 40 life recovery on it, so I'm not gonna worry about that stat. Let's see, what else? None of this. Knockback distance is okay. We do push back with our main shout, but not what we want here. Maximum fire res is pretty good. Gives you more, each percent of max res beyond 75 is like 4% reduced damage taken of that element, up to, I believe, 10% at max, 90% or something like that. What else? Stun buildup is okay, but I don't care about that. Totem placement speed, nice. For me, the only time I'm vulnerable is I don't have block chance when I'm placing my totems, so this is helpful to get them out quicker and then switch back to blocking. Warcry speed, great. It makes you scream faster. And then weapon swap speed between your placing totems and swapping back to your shield. This is also kind of useful, so we'll throw that in there. As we talked about, gems have 4 stats, so you set it to count for 4. You hit search, and bam, you find a shitload of jewels that are the 4 stats that you care about. If you want to get real specific with this, again, this shows the ranges. So for example, on that global physical damage is, where'd it go? I lost it. I'm blind. Here it is. It goes 5 to 10%. So you can set that so the minimum that it shows you is like, say, 10%. And then it won't show you the shitty rolled ones, so you don't have to divine these. You can do the same with all of these stats. It also shows it on the website, so this says 3 to 7. If you want to make sure all your jewels have at least 5% block chance, you can do that. If you want to, there's also, so for example, if you really need block chance above everything else, you can remove it from this stack, set this to 3, add a new stack group that has and then add the block chance here, so that it forces it to have the block chance. Oh, I forget which one of these was the correct one. Okay, it's the second one. So now it has to find a gem, or sorry, a jewel that has block chance, guaranteed. Let's say we want a minimum. Let's do a max roll, 7% block chance. It has to have 7% block chance, and then it'll look for stats that it'll have 3 of these other stats with our minimums here as well. If you want to, you can like min-max these to hell. So you say you want maximum totem damage, you want 18, you want 15 physical damage, you want Warcry speed to be maxed out at 20%, weapon swap speed at 25. This is going to get a lot harder, but there are actually some that have all of these max rolls, which is kind of funny. Yeah, you can just kind of keep tweaking it until you find like perfect jewels, or if you want to be cheap about it, which is what I would recommend if you're just starting out, don't look for anything specific like that, except for maybe the block chance for this specific build, and then the jewels get real cheap. As you can see, they're incredibly cheap to throw together. Totem block jewels are super cheap right now. So yeah, that's how you find jewels. This goes for a lot of other pieces of gear as well, but I just want to go for jewels right now, and if you want to know how to find other types of gear, let me know in the comments and I'll make videos on those as well. But thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video, and that'll be demi out.